Hey folks, this is AJ here. I was watching Scott Grove's channel last night, and if you don't know Scott, check out his channel below. He posted a video recently about the topic of time killers, which I think is, you know, it's a really compelling topic for those of us that are in cover bands that aren't always 100% professional. And how do you deal with the topic of space, of dead air in the middle of a set? That can happen for a number of different reasons. There could be some technical difficulty with the guitar player's rig, or the PA is starting to feed back for a weird reason or another, and one person in the band is actually running sound, and you got the back and forth going on. Or it could be the vocalist is fumbling for the lyrics, and I've seen all three of those in a bunch of other scenarios. So having something prepared, or a set of little musical vignettes prepared to help fill in the dead air, to fill in the gaps, can make us all seem a little bit more professional when we're playing on our bar scenarios and club scenarios and things like that. So this is a little introduction to the song called, why am I spacing out on this? Take Me Out to the Ballgame. That's what we started off with here. For those of you that are outside of North America, perhaps, this is a song we sing at baseball games towards the end of a game, when the crowd, in all of their liquored up happiness from having beer for the first 7 innings of a game, we are distracted singing along to this song while the groundskeepers are taking care of the field. So this song in and of itself was engineered, or is used at a minimum, to distract us from what's happening or what's going on behind the scenes. So I think this is kind of an appropriate song to throw out there, at least for those of us that play in baseball playing cultures that are familiar with the song here. Definitely check out Scott's video for more ideas on other songs that you can inject just one of you noodling on the guitar while you're taking care of a problem in the middle of a set. So what I'm using to play the song, I've got the SG going on here. I'm playing this through the C9 pedal I've got across the room on my pedal board. I'll show a picture of it here in a moment. The C9 pedal, if you haven't seen it, there's some great demos of the pedal on YouTube, especially from the manufacturer electro-harmonix. Definitely check that out. It's a pretty fun pedal. There's a teeny tiny little bit of lag if you're playing in a band situation. In a scenario like this where it's just me and the guitar, it's very, very usable. There's 9 different tones that are on the pedal. It's not a MIDI pedal whatsoever. It just takes the output from your guitar and turns it into, why am I looking at the bottom of the guitar? Here we go. This is where the guitar signal is coming from on an SG. It's just going straight to the pedal. You select one of the tones and it converts your guitar signal into something that is one of the 9 patches on the pedal. I'm using the selection 1, which is the tone wheel selection. There's other great patches, and maybe I'll show another one at the end of the video. The settings here, I have the dry guitar out, turned completely off. It's just the organ sound that's coming from the pedal. I have the mod and the click knobs set to about 12 o'clock. The mod knob kind of controls the Leslie rotation and depth. The click knob is the percussive attack of the pedal. And I have that about halfway, so you don't hear too much of it here in my little setup. And when I'm playing through a live rig, there's a little bit more of a ping to the sound, and it does sound kind of nice. So it's literally just the guitar into the C9 pedal, into the sound card on the computer. The sound card is running a clean amp emulation. It's a Fender, I think it's a Fender Vibro emulation, but the tone's not really coming through there. It's coming through the pedal. So that's pretty much the setup, and that's what I'm using in a live setting. If you want to learn how to play Take Me Out to the Ballgame, here you go. The song is in the key of C, or at least that's the way I play it, is in the key of C. It's not 4/4 timing. I think it's 6/8 times, so don't try to count 1, 2, 3, 4, or else you're going to screw up your head a little bit. And so I play in the 14th position, so my anchor note is the 15th fret on the A string. With the C9 pedal, sometimes it's nice to have one of these squeegeed around your strings to dampen some of the weird artifacts when you're picking strings that you don't want to be picking. So I play in the 15th position, 14th, 15th, depending on your point of view. What's interesting about Take Me Out to the Ball Game is that in two of the sentences, there's a passing tone involved. So you're going outside of C major to make it a little bit more interesting. So to break it down the way I think about it, there's 8 sentences worth of music in the melody. And the first one is, the first sentence in the sequence is just a passage through C major pentatonic. And it looks something like this. And once again, so if you know your C major pentatonic, you're going to know pretty much how I'm getting through the scale. So it's the 15th fret on the A string, it's the 17th fret on the G string, and I'm kind of working the notes in between that. That's the first sentence. The second sentence is the same thing, but instead of resolving to the 5 note or to the G, pardon me, instead of resolving to the D, it's resolving to the G. It doesn't come back to the D. So it sounds something like this. So far through those first 2 sentences we've got. And by the way, I do tend to play it a little bit faster than you would hear it in a typical American ballpark setting, just because I'm trying to speed things along when I'm playing this particular ditty. So the third sentence in the sequence is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So the sentence starts with the A, so it starts with the 14th fret on your G string, your 3rd string. And instead of resolving to or transitioning to the G, it transitions to a G sharp, which you can choose to play at the 13th fret of the G string, or you could play it at the 15, 16, 17. You play it at that fret, 15, 17, 18, the 18th fret, which is where I tend to play it. Once again, let's try to do it one more so you can see sort of the exaggerated fingerings here. That's the third sentence. The fourth sentence goes higher in pitch than the other 7 sentences in the song. It goes something like this. It reaches up to the high D on the 15th fret of the B string. So it goes. So far we have, through half of the melody, that's half the melody. Now on the home stretch on the second half, fifth sentence looks something like this. So the fifth one, very similar to the first sentence, except there's this run of E, D, C to start. So very C major pentatonic once again for that fifth sentence. The sixth sentence starts on your home note, it starts on C, and it's just going to walk straight up C major to the A, to the 6 in the key. So you're just playing the scale there. Seventh sentence. So you're still staying in the key of C, staying in C major. And the eighth sentence comes in with another passing note. So instead of transitioning to another note in the key of C, it transitions from the G here, 17th fret on the D string, passing note, So once again, all together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's pretty much Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Usually when you go to a ballpark, they also, the organ player will often simulate the charge theme. I guess that's somewhere from American history, which we typically play on a trumpet or a bugle, and harkens back to the 1800s in the Wild Wild West. There's a what the keyboard player will typically do at the end of Take Me Out to the Ball Game is something like this, which is really just a run-up C major. So I'm just holding a bar chord down for C. You want to see where I'm picking? 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, and then I'm playing the 5th and the 3rd notes on the B string, and another C major bar chord. So that's pretty much how one tune that I'm using to kill time at those gigs that are going a little bit sideways when we're experiencing technical difficulties or brain farts here and there. Just to wrap it up, just to jump back to the pedal, let me run over here real quick. Another example of using the C9 pedal here, which is really awesome. You should definitely check it out, especially used nowadays. New, I think they sell for $225 US on your Craigslist and your Reverb.coms and places like that. They're showing up at like $150. That's what I got it for, and it's a worthwhile addition to your own pedal board. I'm using this also for House of the Rising Sun. If you put it in the 3rd position, which is the compact pedal, the compact organ setting, you can get a tone like this. Very cool stuff. Go check it out. Thanks for watching. If you got any comments, please throw them down here. It's the first guitar-related video I'm putting together. Not doing anything fancy here, but love to get your feedback. Thanks for watching. Take care.